There is no talk of violence. There's no like message about the pain. And yet it's all there. It's the elephant in the room,
right,
and this
yeah.
is a very apt name for this title for this movie.
Now, despite the title of this video, I think Elephant is fantastic. However, I do believe it is the most boring film ever made, which is very much intentional.
You alright? Yeah. I saw two guys come from the other side. Holy God. They had big black bags and camera gear on. Oh my God.
The film follows a day in multiple characters' lives, leading up to a school shooting. In the end, the film came out, which was successful, winning Cannes Best Director and the Palme d'Or. So why do I think it's boring? First off is the fact it was deliberately chosen to be that way by its director Gus Van Sant.
It started as a response, I think, to all the news about Columbine being being the sort of largest school shooting. Before then, there had been other instances, but Columbine sort of devastated everyone, and the press was covering it so widely that I thought that there was a place for a dramatic investigation into.
To do what?
To look into
Other than to
the same. Probably, I think, you know, entertainment was sort of like not the thought, and I'm not sure that any of my films are like designed as an entertainment. They're designed to be curiosities, you know, and they're always like investigating something that you're sort of not supposed to be investigating.
Now, the film follows possibly one of the most tragic and controversial topics you could take on and make art about, and thus the director, Gus Van Sant, took a different approach, which is very obvious, especially in the acting.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You're crying.
Yeah.
Is something bad?
I don't know.
I'll see you later. I have to go to a Gay Straight Alliance meeting.
Okay.
Most of the film looks like this. Long tracking shots from point A to point B. And the actors all talk in a certain way throughout the entire film. Now, the main reason it's like this is two reasons. One is to have a more realistic approach. The film is focused on a sensitive subject, and one that is trying to make relatable to teenagers at the time. Thus, they speak about stuff most people, especially adults, would not find interesting.
Nice. Alright, hey, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Hey, you going to the concert tonight?
No, I can't. My parents are being bitches this week.
Oh, that's retarded.
Yeah.
That happens.
Alright, I'll see ya.
And secondly, it's the main point of the film. It's a film, in my opinion, is possibly one of the best anti-violence pieces of media I've ever seen. It takes away everything you could want in a film. Interesting characters, dialogue, what drives these characters to act the way they are, hobbies, interests, none are there. They are very just mundane and boring and minimalist. The film barely even really has a protagonist, the closest probably being John. The film also baits the audience into thinking that the shooters are going to be stopped. However, the film's acting in any other film would be criticised for being kind of unenthusiastic and bland. However, that is what Van Sant was going for, as the biggest influence for his film was also like this. Elephant from 1989, which is a 40-minute short film about the Troubles in Northern Ireland, a conflict between the British Army and Ireland. Now, the film is just a non-narrative film, just with people being killed seemingly for no reason. Which brings me to the main thing the film does, and that's make violence boring. The whole film is leading up to the shooting, however it seems like we will somehow avoid it. However, there is always stuff going on in the background, like in this shot.
Boomer! Oh, crap! Hey, what are you guys doing?
Just get the fuck out of here and don't come back. Some heavy shit's going on.
What are you doing?
where most people would barely even notice the dog at first until the elephant in the room walks past us. And throughout the film, it's kind of obvious that something was wrong. However, it isn't that type of film. It doesn't tell you why this is happening, just that it's happening, and even when John tries to save people, they don't even listen to him. Overall, I believe Elephant is the most boring film ever made, which is of course the point of the film. The boredom of the kid's life, the boredom of walking from point A to point B, and of course, the boredom in violence. The film is, in my opinion, a boring masterpiece.
We had one character sort of like for each like identifiable high school characters, and then I went and over a couple weeks wrote an outline of how these characters sort of play into like a high school, what they're doing before this onslaught, before two of the other characters come with guns to wreak havoc in their high school. So it was basically just an outline. It did relate in the sense to the earlier script in the sense that it had sort of a myriad of different characters.
So I come to you and I say, okay, you've made this movie, and you've explored these ideas. What do you know now you didn't know when you started this exploration of these questions?
Well, the things that I learn are usually coming out of either things people respond to when they see the movie, or new thoughts that I have as I'm watching the movie, because the movie's somewhat acting as a like thinking machine, or almost a kaleidoscope or a Rorschach, where you're seeing something and other things come out of it within the picture.
Yeah. I really did learn that I have to stop talking. And I have to listen. I have to really make a bigger effort in the listening department. Yeah, really, in everyday life, because I can't help but open my mouth, obviously, as you can tell.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm glad you found him and got him after 4 years to make this movie.
I am. I'm proud.
Glad that I found you as well.
Thank you, Gus.
But thank both of you for
Thank you. It was
Thank you.
really lovely. Thank you.